Coming up in Our News Weekend, one FNM MP blasting government's handling of restrictions amid the coronavirus pandemic. Beaches and parks to reopen tomorrow. Plus, our Sunday feature takes a look at one young personal trainer and his drive to keep going during the pandemic.
Our News is brought to you by Alive.
Welcome to Our News, the Weekend Edition. Thank you for joining us. I'm Kyle Joachim. Topping news tonight, the 14-day mandatory quarantine for travel into the Bahamas has been discontinued and replaced with a more stringent regime of testing. Effective today, visitors and locals coming into the country now only have to provide proof of COVID-19 testing no older than 5 days prior to travel and get a rapid antigen test if staying longer than 4 days. There will be no testing upon arrival. Well, days after Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis announced that tighter restrictions would be imposed in Grand Bahama in a bid to stunt a recent spike in cases, one Grand Bahama MP is speaking out. Pine Ridge MP Frederick McAlpine says it's clear the loosening and tightening of restrictions is a failed policy. Here's Jasmine Brown.
The reality is that the competent authority, this shut down a little bit, shut down tomorrow, we can shut you down for a little time, it's just not making any sense.
The Pine Ridge MP's comments come after Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis said during a press conference on Wednesday that Bahamians must get used to the cycle of tightening and loosening of restrictions. McAlpine said if the Minnis administration is to make a serious impact on the second wave of COVID-19, it will take a more concise approach.
I tend to agree with the former Minister of Health. If you're going to do it, then let's do it properly and let's do it right. If you're going to do it, why don't you just do it right one time? And I'm sure the health officials would have been saying, look, you need to get Nassau under control, and perhaps if you need to shut Nassau down for the 2 weeks, then you shut it down. Businesses understand what is going to take place and everybody can properly prepare. Do it so as to get your numbers down, and then at the end of the day, you try to move on. But this sometimes shutting down, you go to work this week, you ain't sure if you're going to work next week. You're hurting the economy even more by doing so.
The Prime Minister also announced on Wednesday that weekend lockdowns will remain in place on New Providence and Abaco. However, he announced that beaches and parks are open on weekdays beginning next week. Effective Friday, a curfew will be imposed from 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. on Grand Bahama. However, he said the 7 p.m. curfew on New Providence and Abaco has been pushed back by an hour. Minnis also announced tighter restrictions on Grand Bahama, which has seen a spike in cases in recent days.
Let me ask a simple question. COVID only operates from Monday to Thursday. It doesn't operate from Monday to Thursday. It only operates on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday between the hours now of 8 p.m. and 5 a.m. in the morning. Come on.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Jasmine Brown.
Well, public parks and beaches throughout New Providence are set to reopen Mondays to Fridays beginning tomorrow. And as the change in travel protocol takes effect today, removing the 14-day quarantine for travelers coming into the Bahamas, Tourism Minister Dionisia Aguilar explains how restrictions regarding beaches near hotel properties will work for tourists.
If we are going to kickstart our tourism sector, get persons back to work in our hotels and other tourism-related activities, the tourists be allowed to come to the Bahamas and go to the beach and go for a swim. The Prime Minister announced earlier in the week that beaches will now be open. Hotels that are adjacent to or connected to beaches will now be able to apply to the competent authority for an exemption to any restrictions to beach access that may be in place.
According to the Aguilar, those in the water sports industry will also be able to resume business, but while following protocol.
When our foreign visitors come to the Bahamas, there is also overwhelming interest in fishing, diving, and other water-based excursions. As such, these water-based excursions, as well as water taxis, will be able to resume operations once they implement and abide by the necessary rigorous health protocols.
Phase 1 of the government's food assistance program has come to a close. The National Food Distribution Task Force has provided food assistance to tens of thousands of people weekly since May and has done so with the help of local non-governmental organizations like the One Luther Foundation, Lend a Hand Bahamas, Hands for Hunger, Bahamas Red Cross, Grand Bahama Food Assistance Committee, and the Bahamas Feeding Network. As Phase 1 ended yesterday, in a statement, the task force said details on Phase 2 will be announced this week. Well, Progressive Liberal Party leader Philip Davis is calling for Free National Movement Chairman Carl Culmer to apologize to Mount Tabor Senior Pastor Bishop Neil Ellis for comments he made in a statement following Ellis's Sunday message. Davis said Culmer's remarks were deplorable, disrespectful, and insulting. In his sermon last Sunday, Bishop Ellis strongly criticized the government's handling of the pandemic. That evening, the F&M chairman called those comments extremely offensive, absurd, and irresponsible.
I think he owed Bishop Ellis an apology. In listening to the sermon, it is difficult to say that he was speaking about the Prime Minister. It was said in the context of the economy.
Bishop Ellis has since clarified and apologized for those comments. Davis cautioned the F&M chairman about what he called attacking men and women of the cloth, but he also cautioned government to take heed to Ellis's message.
As always said, the truth hurts. And usually those who hurt screams and utter their outcry from that pain. And what I see here are those to whom the sermon is directed just do not have any other response. I think they should just heed the message.
Well, one religious leader is also weighing in on Bishop Ellis's comments. Bahamas Faith Ministries International Senior Pastor Dave Burrows says he found that sermon, where parliamentarians were also criticized, interesting.
Let's put it like this. I wouldn't have approached it the same way, but I don't want to comment further on it.
Following Ellis's sermon, the Bahamas Christian Council warned about censoring sermons. However, Burrows says he believes religious leaders should be held accountable for their actions.
I think everyone in the country is accountable for whatever they say, whatever the forum is. So I think, whenever we speak, we have to make sure that we speak what we intend to say, and we have to speak whatever we feel is right. So, from that perspective, I think it's important to demand accountability across the board. The politicians, we demand accountability from. We also have to demand accountability from pastors and Christian leaders. Everyone should abide by a standard. If hospitals are overextended and people are dying, you have to protect human life. But by the same token, you also have to protect people's livelihoods, because livelihoods are also tied to life and death. So when people are suffering depression, they have lost their job, they are homeless, that could result in death as well. So it's a delicate balance that we have to continually work through. It's a situation where we have never been before. At least not in my lifetime. I've never seen anything like this.
Still to come on Our News, one PLP MP shares his views on how the government has handled one family island even years after a major hurricane. Plus, pretty soon you'll be able to drop off coins and get dollar bills. Stay tuned.
This is a huge deal. NFL Sunday Ticket is back, only with Rev Trio. All day football, all day Sunday. Enjoy all the benefits of Trio with a huge extra. Never miss a game with NFL Sunday Ticket, included in your Rev Trio bundle. All you have to do is opt in. TV, phone, and internet starting at just $99. Call 601-8992 to sign up now. Visit www.rev.bs/promotions for details.
You're watching Our News. Welcome back. Exuma's and Ragged Island MP Chester Cooper says he feels the Minutes administration has failed Ragged Island. He said even years later, the island is still in desperate need of some basic services after repeatedly pressing government on the issue. Cooper says residents feel forgotten. Here's Berthany McDermott.
They all seem very tone deaf to the needs of the people of Ragged Island. And quite frankly, it is alarming. It's disappointing to the people of Ragged Island, and it's distressing.
3 years after Hurricane Irma devastated Ragged Island, Area Member of Parliament Chester Cooper says government has failed Ragged Islanders. He said residents are still awaiting essential services. Topping that list is a nurse. In the past weeks, Cooper said there has been a number of incidences where he was actively involved in helping to expedite air ambulances to and from the island.
There have been incidences police-involved shootings, of accidents by the Defense Force where people got hurt seriously. There have been incidences where construction workers who were working on the school were injured seriously. There were diving, boating incidences. And we are, quite frankly, putting the lives of our citizens at stake.
Cooper added that the risk to the lives of Ragged Islanders is unnecessary. Since 2017, Cooper said he has assisted residents in repairing a house that can be used as a makeshift clinic and residence for a nurse. They've even located a nurse for the island, but still there has been no movement.
There is a nurse who we know who is married to a fisherman who lives in Ragged Island, who's made application to the government to be transferred. We have provided all of these suggestions, and all of them to date have fallen on deaf ears. So we have done all we can.
In 2017, Hurricane Irma, a Category 5 storm packed with 155 miles per hour winds, took direct aim at Ragged Island, Acklands, and Inagua. Due to the extensive damage on the island, it was declared uninhabitable. Back in 2019, Public Works Minister Desmond Bannister revealed government's plan to construct a $4 million school on Ragged Island. Cooper says while residents are thankful that construction has started on the school, he says there are still a number of other needs.
And then there are issues like the airport, the terminal building. There's no administrative building. There's no police station. There's no normalcy in terms of law enforcement. We still have the Defense Force officers on the ground, but no police station, no post office, no administrative building. And this has been since 2017.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Berthany McDermott.
The Central Bank of the Bahamas is looking to launch phase 2 of its penny redemption program in the very near future. That's according to Bank of the Bahamas manager of the currency department at Central Bank, Jermaine Campbell.
As part of the second phase that we hope to implement very soon, we've partnered with a company, and they will facilitate the collection and redemption of all coin denominations via the deployment of 10 coin dispensers throughout the island of New Providence.
The coin collection machines are a part of the bank's strategy to redeem pennies, which will no longer be considered legal tender by the end of December. The first phase of the plan to redeem 1-cent coins is currently underway, with the bank setting up redemption sites where Central Bank staff collect pennies by weight at local food stores. As it relates to the coin collection machines that are set to come on stream soon, Campbell says they will collect more than just pennies.
Customers will just be able to come and deposit their coins. We don't require the coins to be wrapped or bagged, just deposit them, and the machine should count out the value of the coins, and they should be able to receive that value. And then not to leave the family islands out. We've gotten some calls and queries and other things, but the family island, we will visit them as a part of the third phase of this redemption exercise.
When Our News comes back from the break, our Sunday feature takes a look at one personal trainer looking to keep people fit and motivated. Plus, who gave us our quote of the week? Find out after the break.
This is a huge deal. NFL Sunday Ticket is back, only with Rev Trio. All day football, all day Sunday. Enjoy all the benefits of Trio with a huge extra. Never miss a game with NFL Sunday Ticket, included in your Rev Trio bundle. All you have to do is opt in. TV, phone, and internet starting at just $99. Call 601-8992 to sign up now. Visit www.rev.bs/promotions for details.
Rev is dishing out $250,000 in giveaways over the holiday season. The promotion, which runs from now through December 23rd, is designed to spread cheer during these challenging times, according to marketing manager Melissa Colebrook.
It's all about spreading the cheer, because we know that this is the first Christmas all of us have gone through in a pandemic, and we need a little bit of magic. So over 1,500 customers between today and December 23rd are going to walk away with a Christmas gift courtesy of Rev. Going to feel a little bit of magic.
Customers who switch or upgrade to Trio will automatically be entered to win, and Colbrook said there will also be a virtual and in-store spin and win opportunity. Digital movie vouchers are also up for grabs. She added that those who pay their bill in full for November and December will have a chance to receive cash back credit.
We also have our first ever mega grocery food dash. 16 of you will have the ability to tear through those food store aisles, courtesy of our partnership with our friends over at Solomon's, and grab some groceries for the pantry for your family, just in time for the holidays, and hopefully be able to spread some love with some of your family members as well, okay? So it's all about giving back, giving back, giving back.
Well, this week's Sunday feature takes a look at one personal trainer and his drive to defeat the odds and help countless others with their healthier lifestyle. When things shut down due to the COVID-19 pandemic a few months ago, Giovanni Culmer knew he had to make some adjustments. From taking workouts with his clients online to investing in more equipment because of gym closures, Culmer took his Just Lifting brand to another level.
For me in particular, I always angle my workouts for small groups. So there wasn't too much of a big transition as it relates to personal training from my aspect. Reason being because I always believe that, the smaller sessions, the better it is for me to focus on that idea and on the client, and give them that one-on-one experience that they're actually paying for.
At the age of 26, Culmer has built a brand, helping people to find that little bit of time in their day to work on their body. And with restrictions in place, he had to get creative.
I've been able to get more of the materials that I need. And so what it's done is I've now become more creative also, because where you would have the gym equipment where you would obviously have an easy go-to to do certain like back exercises and leg workouts. Now it's very, very crafty. As you begin to start your journey along fitness and along becoming more healthy, you set small goals for yourself. So it's not a big deal whether you put in an hour or two a day. It's not a big deal. As long as you're doing that one step better than the day before, you see yourself on a progressive train towards getting where you should be.
As of lately, Culmer has even been pushing his clients towards Mother Nature, as well as encouraging the use of things like bush medicine.
I'm pushing some of those things out and getting my clients on the stuff like getting on the zinc, the vitamin C's, balanced meals, because now we're in COVID time, so often enough these fast food restaurants aren't even open. So it's forcing those who don't want to cook. You have to cook.
And as he continues his journey in the fitness world, he says he likes to encourage people to persevere, keep going, and do their best through these rough times.
Being here today, it says that you are rising above this tough occasion. You are still here another day, still here to fight the fight. And as long as you're in the fight, you're in my box, still in a win. You have that chance to win. So we're here, we're all here together. So my leaving message would be, stay encouraged, set a schedule for yourself. Nothing is too subpar to the point where it can't be improved.
Who gave us our quote of the week? Find out after the break.
This is a huge deal. NFL Sunday Ticket is back, only with Rev Trio. All-day football, all-day Sunday. Enjoy all the benefits of Trio with a huge extra. Never miss a game with NFL Sunday Ticket, included in your Rev Trio bundle. All you have to do is opt in. TV, phone, and internet starting at just $99. Call 601-8992 to sign up now. Visit www.rev.bs/promotions for details.
We've come to that part of Our News Weekend where we take a look back at some of the more memorable quotes of the week. In at number 3 is Terry Collins, who spoke to Our News the morning after her son Jarvis Burrows died after allegedly being shot by a police officer on the island of Exuma.
Even break down. Break right down. I understand it break down, and I just didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do. I was just walking up and down, and just didn't want myself to believe this is really true.
Number 2 comes from Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis, who responded to criticism over so much power being held in the hand of one person, the competent authority.
As Prime Minister, I'm chairman of Cabinet. We discuss matters, and there are some matters that I would appear as the voice of Cabinet. The competent authority is the voice of Cabinet. Yesterday, we would have had extensive, long Cabinet meeting, after which we would have met with the health officials. They would have advised us as to the way forward, after which Cabinet, we would have come to a conclusion. And I am only representing the conclusion came to by Cabinet. So the competent authority is only the voice of Cabinet.
But our quote of the week comes from some cute kids who were all smiles and giggles as they enjoyed the lockdown version of Halloween.
So we carved out a spider on our pumpkin. So there we go.
Chocolate.
Chocolate, is there one that you really like most?
M&M's.
Awesome. Has it been a good Halloween so far?
Yes.
Well, thank you for joining us for Our News Weekend. On behalf of the entire team, I'm Kyle Joaquin. We'll see you right back here tomorrow night. Have a good Sunday evening, Bahamas.